The first time I saw Adrian Cole, he was laughing in the college courtyard, that carefree, confident kind of laughter that makes the whole world look smaller around him. He had that charm everyone noticed, the kind of guy every girl wanted to talk to, and every guy wanted to be. And me? I was just another quiet girl with a notebook in her hand, watching from behind the coffee shop window. I remember telling my best friend, "He looks like trouble." She smirked. "He is trouble. And that's why every girl in this campus is lining up to fix him." But I didn't want to fix him. At least not then. I just wanted to know what it felt like to be noticed by someone like him. A week later, I found out just how fast Adrian moved through hearts. Every month, a new girl. Every month, the same pattern. Roses, laughter, photos on social media, and then silence. He was never cruel, just careless, like love was a playlist he shuffled whenever he got bored. Still, I couldn't look away. It wasn't that I believed he would change for me. It was the hope that maybe, one day, he would change for someone. And I wanted that someone to be me. We had our first real conversation at the campus library. He dropped a pen beside me, smiled, and said,
"You always sit here alone. You must really like being invisible."
I didn't know whether to laugh or be offended, so I said, "Maybe I just like peace, something you clearly don't understand."
He laughed, that same arrogant, charming laugh, and somehow, from that day, he started sitting next to me. Days became weeks. He'd talk about music, girls, his dreams of building a tech company before 25, and I listened, like someone reading a story that could break at any page.
Then one evening, under the soft glow of campus lights, he said, "You're different, Mia. You don't want anything from me, do you?"
I looked at him, smiled softly, and said, "Just honesty."
He didn't answer, just smiled again, that mysterious way he always did, like he already knew he couldn't give me that. Months passed. His pattern continued, but every time he broke another girl's heart, he came back to me, not to date me, but to talk, to laugh, to find comfort. It hurt. It hurt in the kind of way that doesn't show, but eats at you from the inside. Still, I stayed. Because loving him, even in silence, felt better than being without him. One night, as the sky poured heavy rain, he called me.
"Mia, I think I messed up again." "With who this time?" I whispered. He laughed weakly. "Does it matter anymore?"
I didn't hang up. I just listened, to his pain, to his emptiness, and to the truth, that he was lost, and I was just a safe place he came to hide. That night, after he hung up, I wrote in my diary, "He breaks hearts like habits, and I keep waiting to be the one he never wants to quit." And even though I knew it was foolish, I promised myself I wouldn't give up on him, not yet. 7 years. That's how long it's been since college ended. 7 years since that rainy night when Adrian called me crying, saying he'd ruined another relationship. And 7 years since I told myself he just needs time. But time, I learned, doesn't always heal people. Sometimes it hardens them. After graduation, Adrian built his dream, a tech company that exploded overnight. He was now Adrian Cole, the 29-year-old billionaire CEO the media couldn't stop talking about. Luxury cars, expensive suits, the kind of fame people worship and envy at the same time. And me? I built my own little world. A job as a graphic designer, a small apartment, a quiet life. We weren't together. We weren't anything really, but we never lost contact either. Every few months, a random text. Every few months the same, "How have you been?" Always casual, never enough. Best friend, you're wasting your youth waiting for him. Narrator, but how do you stop waiting for someone who's been your heartbeat for years? Narrator, how do you erase the hope that maybe, just maybe, the person who broke you might someday fix you too? One winter evening, he texted, "Adrian, in town for a week. Coffee tomorrow." My heart skipped. Just like that, 7 years of silence melted away. The next day, I stood outside the cafe, clutching my phone like it could protect me. Then I saw him, stepping out of a black car, wearing a charcoal suit, his confidence radiating like a movie scene. But when our eyes met for a second, I saw the same old Adrian, the one who smiled at me in the library years ago.
"Mia," he said softly, "you look different." I laughed nervously. 7 years can do that.
We talked for hours, about life, work, dreams, but beneath every laugh, there was an ache, because he still spoke like a man untouched by love, someone who had everything, yet felt nothing.
Then, just as I was about to leave, he said quietly, "You were always the one I could talk to, you know? You never judged me." And before I could respond, he added, "Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I had chosen you."
I froze. He said it like it was nothing. Like those words hadn't been my dream for years. That night, lying in bed, I replayed that sentence again and again. If I had chosen you. He said it as if I'd been an option he never picked, as if he knew the power those words still had over me, and yet, I couldn't hate him, because even after all these years, my heart still whispered, maybe it's not too late. A week later, I found out something that shattered that fragile hope. A news headline flashed across my screen. Adrian Cole, spotted with model Serena Hart, new power couple of the year, and just like that, 7 years of waiting collapsed into silence again. It's strange how one headline can destroy years of quiet hope. Adrian Cole and model Serena Hart, the power couple everyone's talking about. Her face was everywhere, on billboards, fashion covers, and his arm. She was stunning, confident, and exactly the kind of woman Adrian always ended up with. Perfect on the outside, untouchable on the inside. I told myself I didn't care. I told myself I had moved on, but the truth was simpler. I was still stuck. A few weeks later I got a message from him again. "Adrian, you've been avoiding me. Me. You're busy with your model girlfriend. I didn't want to disturb you. Adrian, she's not what people think. Me. Neither are you." I regretted sending that last text immediately, but he didn't reply. For days, I waited. Then one night, a call, his name glowing on my screen. I hesitated before answering. "Adrian?" His voice was quieter than usual. "Can we meet, please?"
We met at the same cafe, but this time he didn't look like the man from the magazine covers. He looked tired, like someone carrying too many lies. "I shouldn't be here," I said. "I just needed to see someone real," he replied. Those words hurt more than they should have. "Serena doesn't feel real," he sighed. "She's part of the image, the brand. The public loves it." "So she's a PR move?" "Something like that," he said, his tone heavy. I wanted to believe him. But part of me knew, even if it was true, it didn't make me any less replaceable.
He reached across the table, his fingers brushing mine. "I missed you, Mia." I pulled my hand back. "No, you missed the comfort I gave you when your world got messy." His jaw tightened. "You think I don't care?" "I think you don't know how to care," I whispered. Silence. The kind that hurts. A few days later, gossip blogs began buzzing again. Adrian Cole spotted leaving Serena's apartment after heated argument. Rumors of breakup swirl as Serena unfollows Adrian on social media. I should have felt vindicated, but instead, I felt that old ache return. The one that comes from knowing someone is breaking, and you still want to save them even when they've destroyed you. That night my phone buzzed again. "Adrian, can I come over?" My heart said yes. My mind screamed, "Don't you dare." I typed slowly, "Me, it's late, Adrian. Adrian, I just need someone who understands." And that's the problem. I always understood.
When I opened the door, he stood there in the rain, drenched, vulnerable, human. "Just for tonight," he said softly, and I let him in, not knowing that this night would change everything.
The rain outside wouldn't stop. It fell against the windows like the sky was trying to warn me.
Adrian sat on my couch, his clothes soaked, his hands trembling slightly as he rubbed them together for warmth. I handed him a towel. "You shouldn't have come."
"I didn't know where else to go," he said softly. "She threw my stuff out. Cameras were outside. I just needed peace."
That word felt foreign coming from his lips. Adrian was a storm in every sense. Passionate, unpredictable, destructive.
We sat there in silence for a while. The air between us was heavy with everything we weren't saying. Finally I asked, "Why do you keep doing this, Adrian?"
He frowned. "Doing what?"
"Falling for someone, pretending it's love, then walking away like it never meant anything."
He looked down at the floor, his voice barely a whisper. "Because if I stay too long, people see who I really am."
"What's that supposed to mean?"
"You want the truth? Fine.
Adrian leaned back, staring at the ceiling.
My dad was a businessman. Charming, respected, and a complete fraud. He had 3 families. 3. When it all came out, everyone turned on me too. Reporters, fans, even friends. Said I was just like him.
He looked at me then, eyes red, wet with anger and guilt.
I started believing them. Every relationship I got into, I felt like I was playing a role. I'd pretend, fall in love fast, then leave before they saw through me, before I became him.
I didn't know what to say.
But with you, I couldn't play that role. You looked at me like I was still worth something.
Then why did you leave me, Adrian? 7 years ago, you just disappeared.
Because you deserved someone steady, and I wasn't.
You think walking away was noble? It broke me.
I thought it'd protect you.
So what now? You expect me to fix you?
No, I just wanted to stop pretending for one night. Let me stay until morning.
My body froze. My heart wanted to say yes, but my mind screamed no.
I've lost everyone, Mia. Don't let me lose you too.
I didn't answer. Instead, I turned off the lights and walked toward my room. After a moment, I heard his footsteps follow.
Do you hate me?
No, that's the problem.
That night, we didn't speak again. We just existed, two broken people trying to remember what love felt like before it turned into fear. But as I watched him sleep beside me, one thought refused to leave my mind. If this man has been hiding behind lies for 7 years, what else is he hiding from me now? And somewhere deep down, I already knew. The biggest secret hadn't been told yet. The morning sun crept through the curtains, painting streaks of gold across Adrian's face. For a moment, watching him sleep felt peaceful, like the chaos of last night was just a dream. But peace never lasts long around him. I slipped out of bed quietly and went to the kitchen. The smell of coffee filled the room, grounding me for a second before my mind wandered back to him. 7 years of trying to forget, and now here he was again. The same man who taught me how to love and how to break. Adrian's phone buzzed on the counter. Normally, I wouldn't touch it, but something in me hesitated. Curiosity mixed with an old ache that hadn't healed. The screen lit up with a name I didn't recognize. E. Parker. My stomach tightened. Before I could stop myself, I picked it up and unlocked it. His password was still the same. Inside the chat were dozens of messages. My breath caught. That was me. I kept scrolling, hands shaking. A chill ran down my spine. What was he finishing? What truth was I not supposed to know? Just then, I heard footsteps behind me. Adrian stood in the doorway, hair messy, eyes half open.
Mia, what are you doing?
I turned, his phone still in my hand. Who's E. Parker?
Mia, it's not what you think.
Then explain it. Explain why someone with a heart emoji next to their name is texting you about me like I'm a problem to handle.
Give me the phone.
No, tell me the truth first.
Mia, I said give me the phone.
That tone. I hadn't heard it since the night he left me 7 years ago. The same anger, the same fear.
You lied. You said you wanted peace, but you're hiding something again.
Fine. You want the truth? You'll regret it.
He looked me dead in the eyes.
E. Parker isn't a woman I'm dating. It's Evelyn Parker, my ex-manager. She's been blackmailing me for years.
Blackmailing you? Why?
Because she knows what really happened the night I disappeared.
What happened, Adrian?
Someone died that night, Mia.
The room went completely still. What do you mean, someone died?
It was an accident, but Evelyn covered it up, and now she owns me. Every move I make, every relationship I have, she controls it.
My mind went numb. The man I thought I loved had just confessed to being part of something dark, something deadly, and yet, I could see the pain in his eyes. He wasn't lying, he was broken, but love doesn't survive on pity. I whispered, "You should have told me."
He looked at me with eyes full of tears. I wanted to, but I couldn't risk losing you again.
I turned away, unable to look at him anymore. Maybe you already did. As I walked out of the room, the phone buzzed again in my hand. One final message from E. Parker appeared. My heart dropped, because if Evelyn knew I knew the truth, then neither of us was safe anymore. The city looked like a reflection of my heart that night, cold, wet, and cracked under flickering lights. Rain poured against the windows, and every drop sounded like a countdown to something I didn't want to face. Adrian hadn't said a word in hours. He sat by the window, watching the rain as if it could wash away his sins. Meanwhile, my mind replayed that message over and over. Evelyn Parker, the woman who had power over his life, and now, because of me, she knew everything.
Adrian, we have to go to the police.
If I do that, Mia, she'll release the footage.
What footage?
The security camera from that night.
You said it was an accident.
It was, but Evelyn made it look like murder.
Oh my God.
I didn't mean for him to die. He attacked me and I pushed him. He fell. She helped me hide it. And ever since, she's owned me.
I didn't know whether to scream or cry.
7 years of pain, confusion, and heartbreak, all rooted in one night neither of us could escape. Then, a knock came at the door, 3 short knocks, then silence.
Evelyn?
She said if I didn't fix things tonight, she'd come herself.
Before I could react, the door burst open. A woman stepped in, tall, elegant, and cruelly composed. Evelyn Parker. Her black coat dripped rainwater onto the marble floor. In her hand, she held a silver flash drive.
"Hello, Adrian," she said softly. "And Mia, the famous girlfriend who just can't stay away."
Evelyn, don't do this.
"Oh, I'm long past listening to you. Do you know how hard it was to keep you safe, Adrian? All these years, cleaning your mess, paying for silence."
You didn't do it for me. You did it for control.
"Control?" she smirked. "I did it for love. You were mine before she came back."
My heart stopped. You loved him.
Evelyn turned to me, her expression unreadable.
Love and obsession aren't that different when you've given everything.
You destroyed my life, Evelyn.
I saved it. But you never appreciated what I did. You kept chasing her, the one who left.
You're insane.
Maybe, but you're in my way.
Everything happened in seconds. She reached into her coat, not for a gun, but for her phone. With a single tap, the TV in the living room lit up. A video started playing, a grainy clip of Adrian in an alley, 7 years ago. A man shouting, a struggle, and then the body falling.
No, Evelyn, please.
It's over, Adrian. You're finished.
But before she could press play on the next file, I grabbed a glass from the table and threw it, smashing the TV. The lights flickered.
You stupid girl!
The flash drive slid across the floor, landing near my feet.
I picked it up, heart pounding. This ends tonight.
You have no idea what you're doing.
But I didn't. For once in my life, I wasn't running. I threw the flash drive into the fireplace. It melted instantly in the flames, sparks lighting up the room. She rushed toward it, but Adrian caught her, pulling her back. The smell of smoke filled the air, and for the first time, the past began to die with it.
You think you've won? The video's not gone. I have copies.
Then you'll have to go through me.
The next sound was a gunshot, then silence. Evelyn's eyes widened as she looked down at her chest, blood blooming like a dark flower. She collapsed to the floor.
Mia, she was going to,
It's over. Look at me, Adrian. It's over.
But as the sirens echoed in the distance, I knew it wasn't over. Not really, because the truth has a way of finding the light, even when you bury it in fire. Rain poured again that morning, the kind of relentless downpour that made the city look like it was crying for everyone's sins. The sirens had long faded, but their echoes still rang in my ears.
I sat on the cold hospital bench, my hands still trembling, dried blood under my nails.
Adrian was inside the emergency room.
Alive, barely.
Evelyn's gun had fired twice, one bullet grazing Adrian's side before she turned it on herself. The moment she fell, the madness ended, but peace didn't come with it.
He's stable for now, but he's asking for you.
Can I see him? When I entered the room, Adrian lay pale and motionless under the harsh white lights. His hand moved slightly and I took it, cold, trembling and familiar.
Mia, you stayed.
Of course I did.
You should have run. You always used to run.
Not anymore. I'm done running from you, from us.
He turned his gaze toward the window, where the rain painted silver trails against the glass.
You shouldn't have to pay for my mistakes.
You already did. You lost years, your peace, your heart. You don't owe anyone anything anymore.
There's something I need to tell you. Something I should have said long ago.
Adrian, please.
That night, when he died, I wasn't the only one there.
What do you mean?
Evelyn wasn't alone. Someone else was helping her. Someone in my company.
Before I could respond, the door opened. Detective Owens, the same officer who'd taken our statement, stepped in, rain dripping from his coat.
Miss Hart, Mr. Hayes, we recovered Evelyn Parker's phone. There's a video you need to see.
He set it on the bedside table and pressed play. The recording was shaky. A dark room, Evelyn's voice whispering to someone.
He doesn't know you were there that night. Keep it that way. If he finds out, we both lose.
Then a second voice answered, a voice I recognized instantly.
I'll handle it. Just make sure he never learns the truth.
My heart stopped. It was Daniel, Adrian's business partner, the man who'd introduced Evelyn to him in the first place.
Daniel? He set me up?
We believe Evelyn and Daniel had a partnership, financially and emotionally. They used your company's funds, then manipulated the cover-up after the death. When Evelyn realized Daniel planned to cut her out, she started threatening him. And that's when she lost control.
All these years I thought she was punishing me for guilt. But it was Daniel who made sure I'd never rise again.
Then let's end it, once and for all.
A few weeks later, after Evelyn's funeral and Daniel's arrest, Adrian stood before a sea of reporters outside his rebuilt company headquarters. The scandal had spread everywhere, the fall and rise of Adrian Hayes, but he didn't hide anymore. He didn't flinch from the truth.
Regret doesn't define us. It reminds us who we never want to become again.
When he stepped off the stage, I was waiting.
You stayed till the end?
No, Adrian, this isn't the end.
Then what is it? The beginning?
Months passed. The city bloomed into spring, and so did we. Every scar, every tear, every night of guilt, it all became part of something new. Sometimes, when the rain came, we still remembered that night. The gun, the fire, the truth that almost broke us. But every time, Adrian would pull me close and whisper,
"You didn't save me, Mia. You reminded me how to live."
And I'd smile, because deep down, I knew. We weren't the same two broken people anymore. We were the ashes that learned how to love again.